Hey everyone, I'm Jason, and this is your commentary on Genesis chapter 40. Sometime later, the Egyptian king's baker and wine taster did something their master didn't like. So Pharaoh became angry with his two officials, the chief wine taster and the chief baker. He put them in prison in the house of the captain of the palace guard. It was the same prison where Joseph was kept. The captain put Joseph in charge of those men, so Joseph took care of them. Some time passed while they were in prison. Then each of the two men had a dream. The men were the Egyptian's king baker and wine taster. They were being held in prison. Both of them had dreams the same night. Each of their dreams had its own meaning. Joseph came to them the next morning. He saw that they were sad. They were Pharaoh's officials, and they were in prison with Joseph in his master's house. So he asked them, "Why do you look sad today?" "We both had dreams," they answered, "but no one can tell us what they mean." Then Joseph said to them, "Only God knows what dreams mean. Tell me your dreams." So the chief wine taster told Joseph his dream. He said to him, "In my dream, I saw a vine in front of me. There were 3 branches on the vine. As soon as it budded, it flowered, and bunches of ripe grapes grew on it. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand. I took the grapes, I squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup. Then I put the cup in his hand." "Here's what your dream means," Joseph said to him. "The 3 branches are 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will let you out of prison. He'll give you your position back to you, and you will put Pharaoh's cup in his hand. That's what you used to do when you were his wine taster. But when everything is going well with you, remember me. Do me a favor, speak to Pharaoh about me. Get me out of this prison. I was taken away from the land of the Hebrews by force. Even here, I haven't done anything to be put in prison for." The chief baker saw that Joseph had given a positive meaning to the wine taster's dream. So he said to Joseph, "I had a dream too. There were 3 baskets of bread on my head. All kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh were in the top basket, but the birds were eating them out of the basket that was on my head." "Here's what your dream means," Joseph said. "The 3 baskets are 3 days. In 3 days Pharaoh will cut your head off. Then he will stick a pole through your body and set the pole up. The birds will eat up your body." The 3rd day was Pharaoh's birthday. He had a big dinner prepared for all of his officials. He brought the chief wine taster and the chief baker out of prison. He did it in front of his officials. He gave the chief wine taster's position back to him. Once again, the wine taster put the cup into Pharaoh's hand. But Pharaoh had a pole stuck through the chief baker's body. Then he had the pole set up. Everything happened exactly as Joseph had told them when he explained their dreams. But the chief wine taster didn't remember Joseph. In fact, he forgot all about him. Alright, so this is a short chapter, but there's still a couple things we should be taking away from this. First of all, Joseph's negative circumstances didn't prevent him from behaving with integrity and working hard. He was still put in charge over everyone else in the prison, and everyone respected him because he worked hard. Secondly, Joseph used the skills that he had. He had the ability to interpret dreams, and he did it. And not just in a vague manner, he was extremely specific. But when he did it, he gave the glory back to God. Now, lastly, when Joseph sent the wine taster on his way, he said, "Remember me." But Scripture says that he was not remembered. Sometimes people are going to forget about us. They're not going to remember all the stuff that we've been doing, all the good that we do. But that's okay. Our working hard and working with integrity and using our gifts and glorifying God with those gifts should not be based upon other people's perceptions of us. If they remember, wonderful. If they don't, that's fine. Because what we're going to realize here is, even when the wine taster didn't remember Joseph, God did. God doesn't forget what we do. He sees it, and He's pleased by it when we do it for Him. Well, that's it for the commentary on Genesis chapter 40. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.